Hello, today we're going to be making one of the struts for the minecart sequence. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but before, if you do like what we're doing, please subscribe. It helps us and we can get some studio filming time at YouTube. Yeah, stuff. Okay, so we're going to have these main struts going down the minecart on either side and the top piece as well. I'm just going to show you how to make the basic one there out of some balsa wood, which we got from 4D models. What we're going to do first of all is, because they've all got to be of a similar length, we're just going to measure up the length and just put a little cut across the balsa wood, and then we can cut into the balsa. It's nice and soft on all four sides. You can use a saw if you want, but the balsa is so soft, just any kind of knife to go through it. Once you've gone all four sides, just snap it off. Get a nice little bit at the end there at the top. So we've got our main strut, and we need this offshoot part now that's going to be a resting place for the top part. So as you can see, we've got two different angles on there. We want them all about the same, so we're going to use this as a template again to get this angle right, and then chop off at the same height so that we can put the cross strut across. Right, so with this one, we're going to measure from the two longest edges and then cut the angles in afterwards. So just make a mark where you're going to make the cut. Same again, just cut into the balsa and snap off. And there we've got a piece that we can now put the angles in. So again, what we'll do, put it across the original part, make sure this end is flush against the main strut, and then just find your mark at the top. So that's about there, and then we can cut that piece. Have to be a bit more careful cutting this because you don't want it to go too deep on the top, just as a marker, so you can make the same angle on the other side. Just take your time for it, because even though it can be rough, we want a substantial part flat so that we can stick it to the main strut. There we go. We can sand that down a bit, as that's the bit that's going to be stuck. Let me get some sandpaper. So even just a nail file, just to straighten it up a bit, give it a surface to stick to. As you can see, we've got a chunk taken out there. That's fine though. We're going to de-stress the wood a little bit later as well, just to give it that ancient look, like it's been knocked about a bit. So that's fine, it doesn't have to be too great. And then we can cut the other side. And just remember, when we're cutting the other side, just put it up against, so you know where your angle is going to be. As you can see, this is more of a right angle on this one compared to the other side, and as long as it is about the same height that you can rest the top piece on, that's fine. And again with this one, be a bit more careful cutting it across the top. You just want to mark so that you can get your angle right on the other side and cut through. Don't put too much pressure on. And there we go. And that's fine. Just sand a bit off. And that's absolutely fine. A piece of wood will rest across there. So now you've got your two parts, we're going to stick them together. We can use the trusty old super glue. So just put it on the flattened part. Again with wood, because it's porous, it may not stick first time. Just find the position where you want it and just press and hold it on. And there you go. Right, so we're going to distress this a bit, and all that is we're going to run the knife down some of the edges and go as deep as you want, as rough as you want, just to give the impression that this is a piece of wood that's been around for quite a while. You can go into the sides of it as well, kind of dig a little trench out. Nearly got my thumb as well. Just little slivers. you're going to have to do on the edges and one side. This is the side that's going to be facing the camera. Right, we're going to make an addition to this. As you can see, we've got some string wrapped around. Not only will it help hold the strut in place, but it also visually makes it a bit more exciting. But before we do that, we're going to distress this a little bit. So you don't have to go too mad. That seems to be enough for the purposes. I have gone a little bit worse on some and not as bad on others. It's just to make each one individual and visually more exciting. Okay, so now we're going to add the string going around both parts. This will help hold this in place as well. It's just normal string we got from the pound shop. Cut yourself a nice decent length. I think this is about 1 metre or so. And then we're just going to start wrapping it around. And what you can do is just give yourself a starting point with a little bit of super glue and hold the string on it. And then you can just start winding around. We're going to make some little cross shapes on here, which is just simply bringing it down, hold it in place with your finger and go round a couple of times to hold that bit in place, and then up and across, and again wrap around a couple of times. If you can't get the shape to hold, just a little dab of super glue will keep those bits in place. Also come across the other side on this strut 2 or 3 times round. Seems to be a good amount to put on there. Again, if it comes a little bit loose, a little bit of glue, hold it in place. And then the end piece, just glue again, hold it all in place. Put some glue down where the join is. The string will actually bond the 2 bits of wood together and make that join a bit more secure. And there you go. As you can see, we've washed some of the rope on there, give it a darker look on a piece of wood that's already weathered. And we're going to weather one of the struts now. So just cover that entire piece. Where it collects, that's fine in some places, because where we've cut some bits out, like on here, it will naturally darken it and give some contrast. So we're just doing the rope on this one, and then we'll do a whole piece. So you can see how it stains the wood almost. Just make sure you get every nook and cranny, because parts that aren't stained are going to stand out a mile. And you can see where the wash has gone into some of the crevices, darkens it, makes it come out a little bit more. Just keep brushing it so it doesn't pull in any particular area. As I say, if it's too dark for your liking, you can sand it back down. If it's too light, you can put another wash on once it's dried. And when this does dry, most of the water will evaporate and it will just leave a slight stain on it. So this looks dark at the moment, but as you can see with the other one, when it dries out, you get a more subtle effect. So even put some on the top, although we're putting a top piece on there. Make sure you put it over the top, and then you get all the edges around it as well. Get all the parts in between the string. Again, the string looks very dark compared to the wood, but once this dries, it'll be less dark. Make sure you cover the whole thing. There you go, once that's dry, it'll be the same as the others. So if you like what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more videos to come, some good stuff. Yeah, so just subscribe and help us on our way.